Hello everyone, welcome back to Elder Scrolls Online. Let's go turn in the quests that we have here.
I rejoice that you still live. Arce's blessing served you well. Cecibel has returned. What of the others?
Methium is dead and Edwig deserted your cause.
I feared as much. Alas for Edwig's weakness and the evil deeds of the bandits. Your efforts are greatly appreciated. I have rewards for your bravery and skill in Arce's cause.
Okay.
Though I am the last of Alvarin's knights, I remain steadfast in his cause.
Good luck. Let's go get these resources, cause I can. I'm wondering if we should head back to the village. There were quests there. Probably should. Ow. Excuse me. Dun 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 dun. Doo-doo. Ta-ta. Okay, here's a quest.
Unacceptable, Captain.
Oh, that's
Deliver
what
me
happened.
recruits or deliver me your resignation.
Uh-huh.
What will I do now? Without the Stormhelm guard, I'm nothing. I told the general I'm a soldier, not a recruiter. But now I'm to be discharged if I fail? It's not right. I've tried to do my duty, but I can't force people to enlist.
You can't find new recruits for the Stormhelm Guard.
Not a single one. Montclair's war has decimated our ranks, and people now see enlisting in the Guard as a foolhardy proposition. I have a few prospects, but they seem to have no sense of duty. I don't know. Maybe my manner is just too harsh.
Is there some way I can help? Well, we're going to be a recruiter now?
Certainly. I have one prospect who should be simple. Martin Datu. He's in the stocks for Mara's sake, but I can get him released if he enlists. When I spoke to him, however, he was stubborn and rude. Perhaps you could talk to him?
Well, I could go speak to him.
I've already spoken with the constable, and he agreed to release Martin if the young man will enlist. I simply can't understand why a criminal would choose the stocks over doing his duty for his kingdom.
I think you answered your own question. Can you tell me why the Guard needs new recruits?
Because Rivenspire is a mess. Blood fiends roam across the land. Montclair loyalists attack our towns. Need I say more?
Sure, why not? But no, I guess. Can't the other noble houses provide any soldiers?
Yes, but this? Let's face it, this new civil war has taken its toll.
Alright, well, let's go speak with him in the gallows. Martin.
If you come to poke fun at the prisoner, you'd better think twice. I'll be out of these stocks soon. And then you'll have to watch your back. They may not have enough evidence to hold me, but that doesn't mean I'm not a dangerous criminal.
What's the crime that you are accused of?
They say I broke into Gerine's ironworks and robbed the place during the night, but they haven't got any proof. Besides, my friend is going to come forward and vouch for me. I was at his house drinking mead all night.
Whatever the case, joining the Stormhelm Guard might be a good idea. They could use you. See if that flies.
And get myself killed? I can't do that. My father went back to the dirt 15 years ago, and my family needs me around. My mother would fall to pieces, and my sister doesn't make enough coin to support herself, let alone the both of them.
It's about money. Ultimately, it's about money.
Huh! Can you believe that? I heard what Martin said. He's either completely delusional or incredibly naive. He's been a troublemaker all his life, and he's not getting out of those stocks anytime soon.
So you do have evidence against him?
We have enough. We found his boot prints in the mud outside the broken window. He was involved. I'm not sure he was alone, but he was there. In fact, that friend of his, that Olivier, I suspect he may have helped with the robbery.
Is that the friend he expects to vouch for him?
That's the thing. Olivier said he didn't see Martin at all that night. Some friend, huh? If they weren't such amateurs, though, I don't think the constable would have made the deal with Captain Thayer.
Interesting.
I saw you over there at the stocks talking to Martin. Does that fool still think I'm coming to his rescue? He's like a babe in the woods. I told him not to wear those fancy boots. It's not my fault he wouldn't listen.
So you were involved in the robbery?
Yeah, so what? I wasn't dumb enough to leave any proof for that constable to find, so I'm in the clear. And don't expect me to risk my neck sticking it out to vouch for Martin. As far as I'm concerned, he's better off in the stocks.
Let's not use the intimidate. You don't feel like you owe it to him?
Oh, you mean honor among thieves and all that nonsense? I don't believe in such platitudes.
Let's go inside.
Welcome to the Dusklight Inn. Not exactly the lap of luxury, but we try to make our customers comfortable. The cost of a room's cheap, and if you're as broke as I am, that's all that matters.
Is it hard to get by without your brother's help?
What? You mean because Martin's in the stocks? I don't know if I'd say that makes things harder. Wait, did Martin say something to you? I'd rather not discuss this. Our family's finances really aren't anyone's business but our own.
I'm only asking because I want to help Martin.
Really? Well, the truth is that Martin's only ever been a drain on our family's resources. His big ideas never amount to a hill of beans. I wouldn't tell him, but the best thing he could do is enlist. We could really use another steady income now.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Wait. Ah, above. Wait, where are the stairs? Sometimes I have such a hard time finding the stairs. There they are. Pardon me.
Ah, an adventurer. Always so inspiring to have someone like you around town. I hope my son Martin would take up an exciting profession like that. But I'm beginning to think the poor boy just doesn't have it in him. He worries me sick, you know.
He thinks you'd fall apart without him around.
No, I'm afraid the opposite is true. He's never had a good role model, you know. His dear father was King Rancer's most trusted general. He died up at Trader's Tor. They say he died a dishonorable death. It's a shame we'll never know the truth.
I know the truth. General Dathu died trying to do the right thing.
He did? You know this for certain? I can't tell you how much that warms an old woman's heart. I always knew he died honorably. Martin, though, he was ashamed. You should go and tell him. He needs to know the truth about his father.
You think knowing would make a difference for him?
I do. Martin's always been ashamed. Every chance he's had to make something of himself, he's shied away from it for fear that he would fail. like his father did. If he knew his father died honorably, I think it would inspire him.
Do you think Martin should enlist in the Stormhelm Guard?
I worry that if he enlists just to get out of trouble, that would be the wrong reason. If someone could tell Martin that his father died a hero, that would inspire him to follow in his father's footsteps, to join and fight with honor.
I would agree with that. That makes a lot more sense, doesn't it? Yes.
They are going to release me, aren't they? Has Olivier really not come forward? He will. I know he will.
I really think you should enlist.
Why? Olivier's not going to vouch for me, is he? That backstabbing arsehole. I can't enlist, though. I just can't. I'm just not cut out to be a soldier. And my mother and my sister need me here.
Your sister says if you enlist, the steady income would help. No. Your father was a hero. You should follow in his footsteps.
You know about my father? You mean, you were there, weren't you? He did die with honor, didn't he? I don't know. Perhaps you're right. Maybe I was born to be a soldier, and I've just been running from my destiny. All right, I'll enlist.
You've certainly done your due diligence. I really appreciate the efforts, but I had a feeling it wouldn't work. Some people just have no sense of duty, and I guess Martin falls into that category.
Actually, I was able to convince him to enlist.
You did? Excellent. I don't know what you said to him, but I don't care. It's my duty to get new recruits, and you helped me fulfill it. Thank you. I'll have the deputy release him, and we'll get him whipped into shape in no time.
Good.
You really have the knack for this. While I'm getting Martin released, I wonder, would you be at all open to taking a crack at another one of my stubborn prospects? Her name's Suga. She's got a mouth on her, but she'd make a good soldier.
Okay. Why doesn't Suga want to enlist?
She wouldn't admit it, but I think she's some kind of bandit, and that's why she doesn't think much of the Stormhelm Guard. She called me some rather rude names. In fact, I lost my temper, but you have more patience.
Are you sure you want to recruit a bandit?
If it was up to me, no. But our numbers are low and we can't be picky. Besides, I'd rather risk the life of a bandit in battle than some poor girl who's never even swung a sword. If you're willing to speak to Suga, she's over by the ironworks.
I shall speak with her. See how it goes. Today is recruitment day, I guess.
I hear old Afrin's hold is no longer haunted. That was you. Thanks.
I had a feeling he was an orc.
Damn trash, that's all it is. Let it be known that Jaren's ironworks sells nothing but dung. They call them swords, but you can't get an edge on one of these blades to save your life. Even the Stormhelm guards got better steel than this.
Well, I hear the Stormhelm Guard had some of the best weapons in Rivenspire.
Oh no, not another one. What's it take to be a recruiter? The inability to understand verbal language? If you want me to write it down for you, I can carve it on your arse. I already told that old sow, Thayer, I'd eat dung before joining the Guard.
What do you have against the Stormhelm Guard?
Bunch of elf-loving weaklings that run around Rivenspire getting kicked in the arse. People I run with, they eat members of the Stormhelm Guard for breakfast. You look tougher than your average guard, but my boyfriend would wipe the dirt with you.
I'll take that bet.
Ha! You want to bet on how long you'll last, or whether you just turn tail the moment you see him? Nah, this could be fun though. Beat my boyfriend, I'll enlist. If he beats you, well, he'll just take your gear and leave your corpse in the road.
Then we have a deal. Where can I find your boyfriend?
Just take the road south out of town. That's where we do our business. Don't worry about finding Goveled. He'll find you. Oh, and don't expect a formal challenge. Just be ready to fight. I'll be here if you decide you're too much of a coward.
I like that smug face. At me. Okay. We'll go this way. We're going more west than south. Some reason. That was weird. I don't know what happened to my potions. It changed. Let's try that again. I went to push it and instead I got a monkey. Why'd I get a monkey? What are you doing here, monkey? What are you doing here, monkey? Oh, it's going to fail. That's bullshit. Thank you, monkey, for making me fail this. I'll try a different way. If it lets me. I reload from a save point?
How vile! Is that a piece of Goveled's brain on your boot? What are you, some kind of monster? Only joking around, of course. You beat him, huh? I'm impressed.
How did that count? Never mind.
Nah, that's what that bastard deserves for sneaking around behind my back with that little Bosmer wench. I knocked her off myself. Nope, I haven't got any hard feelings. In fact, I'd say that was the easiest breakup ever.
So you'll keep your end of the bargain and enlist, even though I lost, but you say I won?
I suppose so. Goveled's gone, and to be honest, I was pretty sick of sitting around down there by the road and hassling people for a handful of coins. I'll give the guard a try. You can tell Captain Thayer I'll come around soon.
That was just weird. Okay.
Oh well, it was worth a try. I knew she was something of a long shot with an attitude like that. I'd probably have been forced to beat her down every other day just to keep her in line. Maybe it's better that she won't enlist.
Well, sorry, I think you're gonna have to beat her down every other day. She's going to enlist.
You did? Being Argonian's aunt, I really didn't think you could pull that off.
Same.
You missed your calling, my friend. You should have been a recruiter. You can't seem to fail. While we're waiting for Sugar to finally get here, what do you say to taking on the most unlikely prospect of the bunch? If you can recruit this young man, I'll eat my dagger. He's awkward.
What makes this recruit so difficult?
Julien Riziol, that's his name. He seems like a sharp young man and he's had a little training. The problem is that Julien is more interested in chasing girls than glory. Some might even say he's pathetic, but he is a prospect.
Any ideas on how I should approach him?
I don't know. I tried to tell him that no girl can resist a man with a few scars, but that didn't seem to sway him. Unfortunately, I lost my patience after that, and now he won't even come near me. If anyone can convince him, though, it's you.
I shall go speak to them. Let's speak with Casanova here.
I've been watching you, going around town, cleaning up the mess that beastly soldier woman created by offending everyone. You must have a golden tongue, getting folks to enlist after that. You won't persuade me, though. I can't leave town. Not now.
Why is it that you can't leave town?
Because I'm close. I've been courting Gwendolyn for 3 years, and I think I'm finally close to winning her heart. If I leave town now, by the time I get back, she'd probably have married someone else. I couldn't live with that.
And was she promised to marry you?
That would make everything perfect. If I had her love, I could enlist and fight with the strength of 10 soldiers. That's not going to happen, though. It's going to take something special to win her heart. And I haven't a clue as to what that is.
Well, I could speak with her and find out.
Good luck with that. I've been trying to figure her out for years now. I think maybe she just enjoys playing with my emotions. If you can help me win her heart, though, I'll enlist. I'll do anything you want, in fact.
It's just weird. Hey, I'm here to talk to you about Casanova.
Don't get me wrong. You're very attractive, and I'm sure you're very nice. But I'm not seeing any new suitors. I have my hands full already with that pathetic young man you probably saw standing around outside.
That's funny. You don't like Jillian?
It's not that I don't like him. He's brave, kind, and handsome. He's perfectly acceptable. He's just not very exciting. I don't know that I love him. I'm not even sure he loves me. I keep trying to tell him. It's just some childish infatuation.
What would it take for him to win your heart?
I don't know. I want the feeling from the storybooks. I want my skin to flush and my heart to quicken. I want butterflies in my stomach and to be unsure whether to laugh or cry. Julian just makes me bored. Someone in town has to be more romantic.
Interesting. That's interesting.
The constable and I are taking bets on how long before Martin annoys an officer and winds up back in the stocks. I really do wish him the best, but my gold's on 2 weeks.
That's hilarious. I got money on a month. What can you tell me about Gwendolyn?
Why? Are you looking to court my sister too? Suitors have been lining up for months. That Julianne is the worst. I'd be happy to see her wed almost anyone but him. Wait a moment. You're not asking on Julian's behalf, are you?
No, not Jillian. I'm looking to court your sister.
All right then. Here's the thing. Whatever you do, don't give her flowers. They make her sneeze something awful. I'd suggest getting her a nice piece of jewelry. She always loved Mother's necklaces when we were young. She loves jewelry.
Well, not gonna talk to you. Let's talk to others.
Not now, friend, please. Not now. We have so much work to do, and I'm not sure how we'll get it all done.
This won't take long, but are you able to tell me anything about Gwendolyn Eskenet?
You mean that stuck-up woman who lives across the way? I know she's been turning suitors away for months. I think she's waiting for someone with big coffers. Someone who can buy her fancy jewelry and such. Me? I don't think she's worth it.
Gifts from the heart are so much better, in my opinion. Dun 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 dun.
If that Captain Thayer comes around here again, someone's going to get hurt. That wench called me a coward because I prefer to work here rather than join the Stormhelm Guard. Sense of duty? That's a pile of guardung.
I understand. What can you tell me about Gwendolyn?
Not much. She's a pretty girl, but I think it's gone to her head. She does have a heart, though. She's always at the inn whenever there's a minstrel in town. I think she has a taste for poetry.
Okay, that's everyone.
Well? I've been thinking. Gwendolyn says I don't really love her. It's just some kind of silly infatuation. I think I need to make a grand gesture to prove my love to her. Something spectacular to show her how I really feel.
What kind of gesture are you thinking about?
Something romantic, something unique. I know, a bouquet of rare flowers, though I'd need help picking them. Or I could serenade her with a poem. Of course, I don't know any poems. Or maybe a beautiful necklace. What do you think?
A poem sounds like a good idea.
I think so too. I noticed her flirting with a minstrel once. She practically swooned whenever he opened his mouth. Anyhow, now we just need a poem. Surely someone around here knows some poetry. Find a good poem and I'll serenade Gwen with my love.
Let's go into the tavern, because there were people reading, there were some books there. You know, let's try there. This is dragging. Maybe not. Mort the Merry.
In the springtime so fair, the ladies sow the seed. When harvest rolls around, I'm still drinking mead.
Sounds like you know something about poetry. On a basic level.
Are you jesting? I'm an expert. I won last year's poetry joust in Orsinium. I know every poem ever written in all of Orc history. All 12 of them. By heart, too.
I need a poem to win a woman's heart.
Oh, again with the jests. I wrote the best love poem ever. It's all the ladies fall madly in lust. I mean love. I could recite it for you, but I'll do you one better. I'll write it down. Here.
Thank you.
I would stand here and drink myself to death, but I can't even afford to do that. My mother told me that if I became a poet, I would starve to death. When I wrote a book, I thought I had proven her wrong. But it's come to nothing.
You wrote a book of poetry?
Yes, for whatever that's worth. I haven't had a decent meal in more than a week. Who wants to buy a book of silly love poems while the countryside is ravaged by civil war?
I'll buy your book of poetry.
You will? Really? That's so good of you! A patron of the arts and a poet's savior you are. I can't thank you enough. You just saved my life. And more importantly, you saved my art.
Oh. Okay, give the poetry book, give the orcish love poem. There's one other.
Just resting the legs for a few minutes here and letting my friends graze. No matter how bad things get, I'm always grateful that I have work that I love. It's not everyone who finds their true calling.
What kind of work do you do?
I'm a cattle wrangler. I ride around these parts watching people's herds. I've been working for the Edralds for most of the last few years. I just came up here to track down a few bulls that had managed to wander off.
Do you know anything about poetry?
Oh, of course. I love poems. They're very personal, though. You have to write them from your heart. I have some amazing ones, but I wouldn't feel comfortable sharing them. You should write one yourself. Everyone should.
The more I think about this poetry idea, the more I like it. It's the perfect way to show Gwendolyn both the strength of my mind and the depth of my passion. I think I'll call her outside and serenade her in front of the whole town.
Do you have a poem in mind?
Well, no, I was planning how I was going to do it, not what I was going to say. I thought you were handling that part. Did you find anyone in town who knows anything about poetry?
Remember what I said about giving from the heart? Personal. Often people like that a lot more.
Really? Write it myself? I never thought of that. I'm much better when I'm spontaneous. I'll just make something up as I go along. Yes. I'll just let it come from my heart and pour straight out of my mouth. Follow me.
Please don't let me facepalm hard. It's probably going to hurt my head. Mind you, jewelry's nice
Fair,
too.
Gwendolyn, come forth and hear my words of love.
This should be interesting.
I look at you coming down the stair, and I wonder, did you forget to brush your hair?
My hair? How could you embarrass me like this? Go away, Julian. Go away and never come back.
I guess maybe I should have planned that better. Oh, what have I done? I've ruined my whole life in 2 sentences!
Yeah, I hurt my head.
I can't believe it. After all the years I've spent courting her, just a handful of words and she casts me aside. How could she be so heartless?
Maybe you're better off without her?
No. I'll never find another woman like Gwendolyn. I'll never love again. My life will just be empty and sad. Honestly, I don't know if I can go on. I can feel my heart breaking apart inside my chest. It hurts so bad.
And find purpose in enlisting in the Guard.
I guess. It sounds mad, but you're right. I really do want to die now, and it might as well be for a good cause. Tell Captain Thayer I'll be along soon.
Well, it worked. I crushed him.
That was so insulting. Julian is clearly not suitable material for a woman of my station.
Apparently I did you a favor.
Don't feel bad. I knew Julian was a hopeless case. A man who's sick in love is a sad man indeed. I feel sorry for him, really. Enlisting would have probably helped set him straight.
Actually, I managed to crush him and break his heart, so he's going to enlist.
I can't believe it. I said I was going to eat my dagger, didn't I? I hope you'll let me off on that one. I'm really embarrassed. Here, I couldn't manage to get a single recruit, and you come behind me and get 3.
Yeah, please don't eat your dagger. Don't waste a good blade. Are there any other prospects?
None that are worth our time, and I'll have my hands full whipping these 3 into shape anyhow. The General's jaw's going to hit the dirt when I march them in. I'll tell him I had help, of course. I don't want him assigning me this duty again.
That would be wise.
All right, recruits. Fall in. I want to see the prettiest march to Stormhelm in history.
You know what? Their march isn't so bad, considering. Did they just vanish? I'm curious. Yeah, it looks like it. Oof. 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 Forgot to brush your hair. Really? Forgot to brush your hair. I do agree. It does need to come from the heart. Apparently he's too much of an idiot. Hopefully he'll make a better soldier, huh? Well, this video is rather long. So... oh. What's up here? Well, we'll check that out afterwards. I do hope you enjoyed this video, and if you are new to the channel, you can do the whole subscribing, bell notification, all of that jazz. There's also a couple of links in the description down below, should you wish to check those out. But until next we meet, please do be safe, everyone. Bye. Didn't brush your hair? What the fuck?